Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's becoming messy. It is becoming dirty. The divorce is one that we will regret. President William Samoei Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua must find a way of departing from each other the soonest possible because they are not going to end their term together. They cannot make it together up to 2027. What is being revealed here is very alarming because it seems that the bad blood between them is one that cannot be tolerated. Earlier, the deputy president snubbed President Ruto's briefing, and he waited for the president to complete his speech. Then he also briefed the nation, and in his brief, he attacked the president and his appointees. And Deputy Rigathi Gachagua told us that the NIS boss, Noordin Haji, is a man who is incompetent. And he was telling us that even his appointment was one that was choreographed in incompetency. That William Ruto bypassed several senior candidates, and Rigathi deputy and Noordin Haji was given that position. And when he ascended to power, due to his inferiority complex, he kicked out all the other officials who were senior to him. And Rigathi is telling us that were it not for his incompetence, then the police would have been briefed earlier that the demonstrations that took place yesterday was going to be huge and that the police would have been prepared much better. But he's saying that there was lack of information. To make it worse, Rigathi Gachagua is saying that there are some senior police officials who confided in him that they were caught unaware. And with that, Rigathi is saying that Noordin Haji must resign. He goes further to say that there were plans to link him and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta to the killings and to the demonstrations, and to a larger extent, sabotage to overturn the government. And Noordin Haji did not take it kindly that his name is mentioned adversely. And so he responded, and the response is one that Rigathi would want to forget. This is what Noordin Haji is telling the nation, that this evening, I have been totally taken aback by comments emanating from the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, to the effect that the National Intelligence Service, of which I am deeply honored to be the Director General, either gave false intel to the president over the ongoing national protests or didn't detect them in advance. I have utmost respect for the office of a deputy president, so I do not wish to be drawn into an altercation with the current holder. Then he further says, but since he has brought my reputation and that of the service into disrepute, I am constrained to state as hereunder. Number one, the NIS DG reports, or the NIS Director General reports directly to the President as Commander-in-Chief. The role of the President as CIC has no deputy. So the deputy won't know what the service presents to the President in its report. Number two, the DP's actions and words suggest that he has a personal interest in the intelligence briefs revolving around the protests. Could it be that he is worried that the NIS may have pinned responsibility at his doorstep? And then number three, I was deputy director at NIS when I was appointed DPP, not a junior officer as alleged by the DP. My appointment as the DG was deserved and I was qualified. The deputy president is still bitter that many of his tribesmen who were serving in the NIS but sabotaging His Excellency President William Ruto were removed from the service. It can only mean that the DP's desire is to sabotage the president in the hope that if the president falls, he can benefit from it. That is serious. The DP should be aware that this service has files and extensive information about him that are damaging to him, but we have kept it under wraps. We invite him to shed off the DP tag so that this service can show him what a personal fight looks like. This is serious. This is very, very serious. The men and women who serve the NIS have committed to professionalism, integrity, and good ideas. We shall not fall prey to the DP's tribal politics of division. Neither will we Neither will we tailor out intelligence to fit into the DP's power-hungry designs. Whatever his problems are, the NIS is not party to them and he must carry his heavy cross. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so serious. Kindly subscribe to our channel. If you're watching us for the first time, click the notification bell. Help us share videos and give this particular video likes. Thank you for supporting our channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you it is messy. The deputy president is being told that he is not the president and the role of the director general of NIS is to report to the president, and when it comes to intelligence matters, there is no deputy here. He's also being told that his words and actions really portray a man who has got personal interest in the intelligence that is given surrounding the protest. Remember yesterday he had said that he was aware that his name would be dragged in and mentioned adversely for the protest, the mayhem, and the killing that is going on in the country. I don't know how he knew that, whether he also shares the intelligence, but he's saying that his name was to appear, and that is why I think he had a separate press conference from that of the president. But Noordin Haji is saying something that is very, very serious. Number one, there are people who are relieved of their duties in that office. Most of them are people of Rigathi Gachagua's tribesmen. And Rigathi is saying that they should be reinstated with immediate effect because they were men and women who had mastered the act of collecting and sieving information so well that had they been in office, we wouldn't have been caught unaware, or the police wouldn't have been caught unaware. But Noordin Haji is saying something, that these were his tribesmen who are working to sabotage William Ruto. And if Rigathi Gachagua is crying out for them, it means they were sabotaging William Ruto to benefit Rigathi Gachagua. The question is how and why? The why is very simple. According to DP of the Director General, DG of NIS, Rigathi Gachagua is power hungry. And then they're saying that they've got dirty files of Rigathi Gachagua, but they have only kept them because he is a deputy president. And he is daring Rigathi that if you feel you're man enough, shelve off that DP thing. Resign so that we show you, we open the files. And ladies and gentlemen, what the DG is saying is that Rigathi Gachagua has been trying to sabotage the president so that in the event that he fails, he can take over. He's directly linking it to the demonstrations that are going on. The demonstrators are saying Ruto must go, and they are saying that Ruto has failed. But the DG is saying that this has been the role of the DP, trying to ensure that the president fails so that he takes over. There is word on the street that should the president go, is it going with the deputy, or he can go and leave the deputy? Because if they are not going together, many people feel that Rigathi could be trying to sabotage the president to take over. But what exactly does it mean? Rigathi started this, and these accusations and counter accusations are going to make us understand exactly how this government was formed. When a husband and a wife are fighting, take a keen look. Don't go to the punches. Listen to their words. Wewe ndio umefanya hivi, wewe ndio umefanya nikaongea mbaya, wewe ndio ukafanya nikakuslap, wewe ndio umefanya nini. I'm not advocating for physical violence. I'm just saying that if you want to know the secret, go where two people have got controversy, especially when they are in their unguarded moments, when they are vexed, they will always speak, telling the public what happened. And this is exactly what we hear. It is now confirmed that when you are in power, your dirty files can be kept. And I don't know how Rigathi is going to take this, because now that it has been revealed to him that he is shielded just because he's in power. What if William Ruto abandons him for a deputy as a running mate? If William Ruto picks another person, what will Rigathi do? Because it has been revealed to him, we are only sparing you because you're a deputy president. Otherwise, we've got very dirty files. So it has been concluded here that when you are in power, some of the things that you do can be swept under the carpet. This has been the theme. All the Kenya Kwanza officials, their allies, and those who have been appointed into office, when their cases were taken to court, they were all evacuated. They were all absolved of all of them, whether they are land cases, murder cases, corruption cases. They were all declared null and void. When people complained about how the manner in which the people, what is this happening? You know, when Kenyans complained that there's a way this government is lenient to people who are allied to him, they are winning their cases, whether the land cases or corruption cases or murder cases, the DPP's office said they were doing their diligent work. Now he's telling us that there could be a leverage that when you are a deputy president, some of the things, the wrongdoing that you have engaged in can be swept aside for a moment. And then it also reveals that there is capture, state capture, where the DPP's office is used to shield those who are in power. But I don't know how Rigathi is going to respond, because he's been implicated that there are things that he's been doing behind the curtains, chini ya maji, but the NIS is aware. And since they are talking about the protest, could they be aware that the deputy president is behind the protest? Is he the one, for example, that is funding? Is he involved in one way or the other? And does it mean, according to the DG, that Rigathi Gachagua is either funding or masterminding this so that the people kick out William Ruto and he remains at the Hay Apparel? That is what it's being said. Rigathi Gachagua is telling William Ruto that he's been informed reliably by senior NIS officials, senior police officials. Is there a possibility that the members who were kicked out were his people and they were feeding him with information, but right now there seems to be a distance between him and that office? Because now that he has declared that he was being fed by those people, it is going to be very difficult for him. He has tarnished the relationship between himself and the NIS, and it is going to be bad. We also get to note here that NIS is divided, just like William Ruto divided their government with Uhuru Kenyatta. He had almost 3/4. Uhuru had just a quarter in their second term. Rigathi Gachagua is following the footsteps of William Ruto. He's dividing the security, the NIS, and you never know. Maybe he's got a chunk of the government on his side, and this is so shocking. In other words, Rigathi is trying to sabotage William Ruto so that he can take over, and this could also mean planning to eradicate someone completely, which is very scary. And I'm saying that in light of what has been revealed, Rigathi and William Ruto must divorce each other. You cannot live with a husband or a wife who is planning to kill you, because this is political annihilation we are talking about. It seems Rigathi Gachagua is plotting to annihilate Ruto politically. William Ruto is also plotting to politically erase Rigathi Gachagua. Wanawindana, they are hunting each other. Very soon that office will be vacant, because you never know what next. My dad told me that vita havina macho. Watu wanapigana na vita havina macho. We don't know what next. And it is so sad. Who do we trust here? At some point, Rigathi is saying he's being sidelined. At another point, William Ruto is saying he's being sabotaged. Is someone being sidelined, or someone is being sabotaged? Is someone being frustrated, or someone is being sabotaged? I don't know what to think, but that's my take.